It has been a while, isn't it? How we feeling, everybody? It's yours truly, DJ San. Catch me on some of your favorite programs right here on Cool FM. This is your station. This is home.
Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Has been a while, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Welcome aboard to GKB Gusto Ko Biyernes. This is actually episode 3 of GKB. No, it's not Mark Jograds' program. Mark Corrales has already moved to another program in which you'll get to see every Monday to Thursday. It's yours truly, DJ San. Quite frankly, a lot of things are very quiet here at the television center, in which I call it my home. I don't know why do I sometimes call it television center, even though we only have one big TV right here. I call it CEN headquarters because that's for general use, but television center is just my imaginary thoughts. But sometimes I do slip-ups, but nonetheless, I'll be fine. At the end of the day, it's just basically the same thing. This is Cool FM and Cool TV. Now, if in case you're probably unaware of the surroundings, the reason why we started 1 hour late is because apparently I'm still currently doing stuff here at the moment. And this is the only time I have been given some free time. And that I'll be back to work immediately afterwards. And quite frankly, the original host of GKS, Gusto Ko Mark Jograds in the audience, and quite frankly, I think Juk Yung actually said one comment yesterday about a certain cool DJ is still what is this? Is still there despite all the scandals. I simply forwarded the therapy out of context satirical post where he was actually streaming Andy Poops. So. That was literally funny. That was the best highlight ever in terms of the best out of context post for 2025. Which is to be literally searching Andy Poops live on the airwaves. Like he did it with the intention of curiosity, and to think that he actually doesn't know what is actually inside. I mean, he does know what's inside, but he's really curious about what else is in there. And I love it. I love that guy so much. And I did saw Cool Chat Room. I mean, speaking of therapy, give the man a break, honestly. And I know it's really hard that TOCs do operate 24/7. I know it's automatic, but you have to really look into your devices to see if it's still working. But at the end of the day, they're still human beings, and that they need to get themselves a proper rest too. Now, on the other side, I too also had a long sleep. Actually, I woke up at around 12 noon, and I was told to do some stuff, which is currently right now, as I mentioned earlier, and that right now is the only time I will be available. Now, the other part of the story here, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm saving this energy for TWC later on because I will be talking a lot, because that's the purpose of the show. It's called Talk with Sen, so that's the main purpose of that thing. And we will provide you updates for Cool in the School. That is going to happen in 3 weeks and 2 days' time, I believe. And no, 3 weeks or 3 weeks, 3 days. Yeah, 3 weeks and 3 days probably. That will do. And if I get that thing wrong, then that will be 3 weeks and 2 days. But that will be on the 21st of July, if in case you probably don't know. And also, I also wanted to take note that there will be some changes. on TWC's schedule for the rest of this last 3 weeks of my vacation, as well as Sunday prime time. There will be lots of changes coming along the way, and all of the things that you need to know about these changes, a lot of overhauling, will be announced on TWC later on tonight at 10. So please listen or watch TWC later on. I've got a lot to tell. And here's the thing. Here's what's funny, all right? Um, as soon as R25 ended, as soon as Recognition 2025 ended, I immediately changed suit as if I'm James Bond. I removed my after leaving the venue itself. I started to remove my school uniform, and my goodness, thank goodness, the T-shirt that I was wearing wasn't even visible to the school uniform, and I love it. I mean, that T-shirt actually had a design. Even though it's white, it does have a design in front. So thank goodness it was not revealed. So I'm hoping if ever they will release some pictures of yours truly, I'm hoping the design doesn't reflect onto the lights. So if ever there is some design, then I don't know what to say. But after the event, I immediately removed my school uniform, and then soon afterwards, I changed my pants, turned it into shorts. No, I did not wear my shorts because obviously that short was baggy. That short has lots of pockets. So who am I to actually wear two clothes at the same time at the same venue? I'm not like that person unless if that short is lightweight or it doesn't have any pockets at all. It's not even that heavyweight. I'm fine with that. But that short actually does have lots of pockets. One of them actually has a zipper on it. So I not the zipper in front. I mean that's already automatic, but zipper onto the side pocket. There we go. And also, I wanted to give a shout out to my classmate, my other nemesis, my twin, on my former section, my good friend Neo. I've actually got a tale to tell about me and Neo. For some reason, this son of a gun actually put his phone onto my bag without me knowing. And I don't know what to do. By the time I went to the jeep, heading towards the Quiapo Church, Nuestro Padre Jesus Nazareno. Um, that's when I found out that I have his phone. So I immediately went to my classmates' GC to inform everybody that, hey, Neos' phone is here in my bag. I don't know why did he put it onto my bag. He didn't even tell me about this. So, thank goodness, Neos' mother actually has access to his account. So that's why we've managed to get in touch with each other. And I literally had to find ways to escape myself from my grandma's usual uh, low level of patience, you know. And by the time Neo arrived at the church, I gave him his phone back, and then immediately afterwards, the mass began. The mass at Quiapo began, and boom, we stayed there. And then, I mean, here's the thing. The scene was literally similar to that of Batang Quiapo. I hate this so much. But the mere fact that we had very high levels of communication during that time is absolutely incredible. If I did not, if I did not told them to give me load or mobile data during that day, then none of these would have happened in the first place, and I would still have Neos's phone. I would still have his phone by now. And thank goodness they gave me mobile data on the day of the event. And that would be perhaps the best move that I could think of, because of the obvious fact that I was out. We were all out uh, throughout the day. And again, it was really funny because how on earth did he not tell me that I have his phone? And my grandma actually asked me, DJ Sen, how many phones do you have on your bag? I lied and I said only one. And then I questioned back and I said, why? And grandma just simply said, no, none, nothing, nothing. Even though she already knew I had two, she also had to lie in response because maybe it's just a slip up, or maybe it was just something that, you know, I had no intention of keeping it, all right? Because, again, who am I to keep this phone that is not actually mine? Who am I to quote unquote steal without actually stealing? You know? And it's not even my fault in the first place when he was the one who put that thing on my bag. And I have no idea. I have no idea why did he put that thing on my bag. And the rest was history. And good thing, it was a good thing. Um, he rushed to Quiapo. Like he literally ran. He literally ran for his life just to get his phone back. And he called me multiple times, and I did not respond because the mass was about to start. The priest was already in position. I mean, who am I to disturb such final preparations in such a, you know, it was literally inside the church. I was literally inside the church. I was literally finding him, and I can't even scream that loud because obviously respect, you know. Um, and of course, when you talk about religion, uh, you have to realize that regardless of your religious beliefs, at the end of the day, you must respect other people as much as they respect you. You don't need to disturb them, all right? But back to the scene. So Neo was literally exhausted. I gave him his phone back, and Grandma was like, "Where have you been? Where have you been, DJ San? We were literally finding you. I thought you were going to the restroom." I was like, "No, the restroom was way too far. Even though the restroom was just literally near the chapel itself. It was just beside it." So they called me shortly before Neo called me, and then um, I canceled each other's call because I was still inside the church. And good thing there's literally no volume on my alarm. I mean, my phone is notorious with no ringtones. Ringtones are annoying on my own point of view. All right. I mean, yes, it's for notifications, in terms of notifications, but in terms of calls and text, I don't mind at all. If it rings, it rings. I mean, there's vibration for a reason, and I always bring my phone beside me. And it was actually a good thing that I immediately took action. I mean, Neo was also afraid that he doesn't have his phone. He was literally fearing for his own life that he's going to be disappointed when he goes home and finds out that he doesn't have his phone. And I feel bad for the guy. But at the same time, he got karma for that. Not all jokes are funny. They should find the right time to do such pranks, do such jokes, because not all the time it will work on your favor. Not all the time it's going to satisfy everyone. All parties involved, rather. And to think that I literally had to find every single way of single-handedly delaying myself is just beyond me. I mean, I am notorious for making excuses. Sometimes, if it's good, then it works very well. And sometimes if it's bad, then it doesn't execute that very well. At the end of the day, you'll have to find the right perfect timing of those excuses and find the right reason why you are doing such excuses. You know, I'm notorious for that. I'm genius on excuses, you know? But again, while I um, respect the fact that sometimes it doesn't work on my own favor, I do what's right. All right. I do what's right. I do what's right on all parties involved, on all sides involved. And as long as it's right, as long as it's for the better, then I know it's going to work. Now, what am I going to do after GKB? Obviously, I was tasked to mop the entire floor. I'm now going to be a janitor for the rest of the day today. And also, I wanted to give a special shout out to one of my classmates too. The one and only, you know, I hate calling this thing. You know, I hate calling this name, nickname rather, not necessarily the real name, nickname, because it was supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be a prank, but at the same time, it started to become more of a trademark. It started to become more like a trademark than just a joke name itself. And we call her Jimami of all people. Yes, we call her Jimami for a reason, and that reason is because she is authoritative. And no pun intended, her voice does sound authoritative. And even though she's the peace officer, she should have been president. But yes, I mean, talk about being 100 of all people. I heard from some of my classmates she got 100, and perfect 100 grade. Imagine that. An extremely rare uh, human being that I would ever see, because I have never ever seen a classmate who actually got on 100 on grade average. I have never. The closest thing I can get as a highest is 98. No pun intended. That is clear. That's the truth. I'm telling you. She's outstanding in her own way. And she does have a sister, a younger sister, who also has the same, not necessarily the exact same, but almost the same performance as hers. I mean, achievements achievements run through bloodline. Loyalty runs through blood. Imagine that. And suffice to say that these two are actually exceptional in their own ways. We should all know that one. And by the way, if you wanted to make friends with her, her Discord user. Okay, I shouldn't say that one. All right. I mean, nah, I'm not gonna do that one live on the airwaves. I'm not gonna do that one live on the airwaves. Who am I to do such thing? All right. I am not that person who's going to leak somebody else's information, unless if I have consent, unless if they are willing. You know, there is a huge difference in terms of invading privacy of somebody else. There's a huge gap. If you get the go signal, if you get somebody else's approval, then you have the right to mention this person outright, but you should also know your limits. There's always a counterbalance on every single thing that you request. You should always remember your limits. And if you don't have any approval, then don't go ahead. Just try to um just try to give shout outs. Just limit it to yourself. Just limit it to the people you know, and then out of that, unless you get permission, please don't say anything about personal life. because or rather personal accounts, personal stuff, unless if said person actually has the go signal, the green light to do so. Now, basically, almost the entire section actually have awards, which I find it very amazing. I mean, we're the smallest section in town, so what are we gonna do about it? And lastly, I feel bad for one of our classmates who did not have an award, but that is understandable. Uh, and other than that one, I shouldn't say very sensitive information. I shouldn't say other information because that's beyond my limit. But TLDR, um, there was a penalty. There was a penalty that led her into this. I shouldn't elaborate that thing even further, but I think you already know the point here. And we all feel bad for her because she's the only one who did not have an award. And we could have uh, we could have had one complete section with at least one award. We could have had that scenario. But when we saw the list and found out she's not there, we got somewhat demotivated. In the form of disappointment. Because she's not there. She's the only one who's not there. That's why some of my classmates were literally trying to text her. And when they later found out that she's not part of the list, we were like, sayang. What a waste. And honestly, if we had that scenario, then that would be amazing. Not only to everybody else's part, but especially to our advisor's part. Because he knew that everybody excelled in their own way, and he must be proud because all of us have elevated, not only elevated, the strand that he loved the most, but he was that one critical key to victory. And that is something that everybody had appreciated. One final thing, I wanted to give a shout out to Moon, our colleague here at Cool FM, also my classmate, my dear friend of mine. Domain Proficiency Award in SciTech. Imagine that, of all people. And I'm hearing circles that okay, I shouldn't say that thing, but we'll probably tell. I'll probably tell this thing privately. But nonetheless, she wanted math of all people. She wanted math, but out of the blue, she had SciTech. What? That's crazy. I don't want to believe it. She wanted math, but she got SciTech. That's crazy. We were all literally anticipating that she is going to have a domain award for math, but she got SciTech. That's unbelievable. And we later found out that Jimami had, I believe, the domain proficiency for math, and that's understandable. We are competitive in our own way. All right, we are all competitive in our own on our own. I couldn't say I couldn't think of a better word, but TLDR, we all excelled. We all excelled in a big way, and that is something that we are all proud of. No regrets, no turning back. It's already there, and we should all cherish that thing. We should all um, go back through time when we sacrificed some of the things that we used to do every single time, some of the things that um, we get to do in favor of doing stuff like these. Also, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the joy we all had, everything was worth it at the end of the day. And there's no stopping the hype train. The real question here is, what will happen on July 21? Am I going to still see these same classmates, or will I get to see new ones, or will somebody leave? Now, worst case scenario, somebody leaves without any explanation at all. Well, I understand that there is a reason behind all of this. If there is a person who actually left and moved schools, it's also important to note that unless that same classmate who might have leave, you should ask in a nice way. You shouldn't be like that person who's, hey, why did you leave? That's crazy. Why did you leave? No, you're not going to be that person. You'll have to be very careful on your approach, because one single question can either help or harm that person, or rather hurt that person. At the end of the day, it is your approach, it is your way of asking, and please be nice. Please be nice, especially to the tone that you will be using. I don't know what will happen on Cool and the School, but if there's one thing I can tell you, I'll provide you updates later on TWC tonight at 10. And quite frankly, I also wanted to give a special shout out to TCP, the computer parts. I'll recommend you GMA logo 1986 on dust fixation. That brings us to an end here on GKB. Please stand by for P-Pop Fridays. This has been DJ Sen. We'll see you in 8 hours, which is on TWC tonight at 10. My goodness me. To our simulcasters out there, please wait for further instructions later on TWC. And to those networks out there who are still curious about airing our live school events in the near future, please reserve your networks now on fan-made section here at Yo Discord server, because if you do, then you'll have a tentative slot, a premature slot for now. That is it for GKB. We'll see you in 8 hours. This has been DJ Sen. Hope you have yourselves a very good afternoon.